Have you ever heard the term client attraction? Did you know that that is basically the polar opposite of prospecting? Well, in today's episode, we're going to talk all about client attraction, put it in a nutshell so that you have the basics down and you can get ready to use these tools and implement so that you can start attracting clients today. As always, I'm your host, Nick Deckard, and I really want to break this down in very simple terms for you. Client attraction is the ability to bring clients to you. That means there is no cold outreach. There is no taking your time to door knock or do a lot of the traditional tactics that we are taught in this industry. A lot of the training, a lot of the coaching out there is done by people who have been very successful for a number of decades. But because they have built their business and started in a time where they simply didn't have the tools and technology that we have today, a lot of those things are outdated. They still work. I will be the first to say that every possible way to build business in our world can work. But I want to help bring you different options, ones that feel right with you, that are in alignment with who you are and your values. Me personally, I went through a number of different traditional tactics and none of them felt good. As a result of all of that time wasted and all of that negative emotion and bad stuff that I felt during those periods of time, I developed a very simple system that I think about client attraction. And it's basically broken down into three different parts. First, we have mindset. And that is one of the biggest, if not the biggest part. And you have to start there before you move on to the other two. Mindset is absolutely everything. And it's not just in the term of, hey, you know what? We can talk ourselves into pretzels, basically, of how we can pick up the phone and cold call and why we're actually providing a service and how it's really helpful. I'm going to talk in the next episode a little bit about there's two different kinds of friction, one that is okay to push through and one that you have to just stop and run away from. To me, it's very apparent which one is which, but I want to help you with that again next time you're here. But mindset is absolutely critical. Without that, you're basically building a house without a foundation. So we're going to spend a lot of time talking about building an unstoppable mindset and really building a healthy mindset that allows you to really take in the big picture, plan appropriately, and take in everything that's important to you and measure it. Measure it to ensure that you're not losing sight of something. That could be your family, that could be relationships. It's very easy to get out of balance between your ambition and being grateful for what you have. So I want to help you with that down the road as well. But number two, we have market knowledge. Again, there are too many agents out there who simply don't put in the time to truly be knowledgeable about the market. The barrier for entry into our industry is extremely low compared to almost anything else out there. And we are charged with helping people with potentially the biggest purchase of their life. So having market knowledge and knowing it inside and out is one thing, but how do you share your knowledge with the world, with your market, with your sphere, without being obnoxious, without doing it in a disingenuous way? There are a ton of ways that we can cover that, and I will help you with that. And that's huge to become the market knowledge leader and to be seen as that. Now, last but not least is method, and that's where everybody usually wants to start. How do we get more clients? How do we do attraction? What systems do we use? That comes last for a reason, because if you don't have your foundation of your mindset, you start to potentially bring in the wrong clients because you haven't spent the time to really develop your own approach, build your own voice, build how you want to do your business, how you want to run your life. So if we start with method and I start giving you tips on running TikTok ads and things like that, you're going to end up in no man's land and you're going to honestly end up right where you are. And if you're listening to this, hopefully there is something about your business that you want to change, that you want to grow. And I hope to provide the tools and resources and actionable takeaways for you to do that. So in a nutshell, again, client attraction is the ability to have your phone ring, to have clients reaching out to you, better known as come list me calls. Clients who are going to be relocating to the area, they find you. You're no longer in the position where you have to justify and prove and build that know, like, and trust factor on the fly. Client attraction strategies will actually allow that all to happen organically and natively behind the scenes so that when people reach out to you, they're already familiar with you, and not just familiar with your face. They didn't see your name on a sign. They know you. They know what you look like. They know your voice. And better yet, they trust you. So when you have that first conversation, You're already seeing eye to eye. You don't have to have the same conversations 500 times. They already know because you've walked them down the path. And it only took you one time to do it. And you can help tens, dozens, hundreds, or thousands of people doing it that way. So client attraction is the key to building a stress-free life, to building the life that you want. And in this podcast, we're going to help you do just that. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you on the next episode.